A Medal of Honor was placed around Eric Slover's neck in front of the entire nation. But the real story happened far from cameras, in the dark, under gunfire. His helicopter touched down, and machine guns opened up at close range. Armor-piercing rounds punched into the cockpit. Bullets hit his leg again and again, and instead of pulling away to save himself, he held that aircraft steady so other Americans could get out alive. And then he turned the helicopter into a weapon to protect them. The Medal of Honor is not given for being tough or lucky. It is given for a moment when someone chooses duty over survival, when the cost is real and the risk is extreme. According to the official Medal of Honor citation, on January 3rd, 2026, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Eric A. Slover distinguished himself above and beyond the call of duty during a mission in Venezuela in support of Operation Absolute Resolve. He was flying as the lead aircraft, meaning he was out front, first to enter danger, first to get hit, and the one everyone behind was depending on to make the plan work. Before the landing zone ever came into view, the mission was already stacked against him. The citation describes a highly complex infiltration through hostile integrated air defense systems, and it says Slover led the helicopter force through a dense jungle valley in a mountainous region. The weather was marginal, the terrain was dangerous, and the threats from the ground were described as nearly impossible to overcome. In simple words, he was guiding a heavy helicopter through a deadly route where a single mistake could destroy the mission and kill the people depending on him. This is not just flying. This is flying while being hunted. Then the aircraft touched down, and everything turned violent. The citation states that as soon as Slover's helicopter landed at the designated landing zone, it was immediately engaged by multiple machine gun positions at close range. Not distant shots, close, direct, accurate. The hostile fire sent 15 armor-piercing rounds into his cockpit, and 4 rounds struck his leg. That is the cockpit, the space where the pilot must see, think, and control the aircraft. And those rounds were not just hitting the helicopter, they were hitting the man holding everyone's lives in his hands. Here is the part that explains the Medal of Honor. The citation says that despite the intense and effective enemy fire, and at great personal risk, Eric Slover maintained his situational awareness and kept the aircraft's position in the line of fire to ensure the safe infiltration of the forces. Let that sink in. He did not simply try to escape. He did not panic and lift off early. He held the helicopter in danger while bleeding, because troops were still getting out. And if the aircraft shifts, tips, or pulls away at the wrong second, people die. This is the difference between ordinary courage and extraordinary valor. Doing the safer thing is easy to explain, but doing the right thing under fire, while injured, takes a level of control most people will never be asked to show. And it did not end when the troops got off the helicopter. The citation says that after the force disembarked, and despite suffering significant life-threatening injuries, Slover identified hostile heavy machine gun positions that were still engaging his aircraft and targeting the ground forces. Then he maneuvered the helicopter so his door gunner could deliver effective fire and neutralize the threats. That detail matters because it shows what kind of mind he had in that moment. He was not only enduring pain, he was still making tactical decisions, still scanning for danger, still moving the aircraft to protect the team on the ground. In the middle of chaos, he turned the helicopter into cover and firepower for others. The official citation is blunt about the impact. It says his actions undoubtedly saved countless American lives and ensured the complete and overwhelming success of the mission. That is why this award is different. The Medal of Honor is about outcomes that come from choices under extreme risk. Choices that protect others at a cost that could easily be your own life. And the United States Army's public account of the award moment adds more context. It describes Slover planning the helicopter mission, serving as the flight lead, being hit in the leg and hip during the landing, and still maneuvering so the helicopter's gunners could eliminate the threat, helping prevent what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Now, Let's be open and bold about why this became such a massive public moment. Eric Slover's Medal of Honor was presented during the State of the Union, a setting where millions of people who never follow military awards suddenly saw the medal placed around a service member's neck. The citation page lists that the presentation happened at the State of the Union address at the United States Capitol on February 24, 2026. That is why the internet exploded with one big question: what did he do? And the answer, stripped of politics, stripped of arguments, stripped of noise, is this: he led a dangerous infiltration, landed into close-range machine gun fire, took multiple rounds to the leg while armor-piercing bullets entered his cockpit, held the helicopter steady so troops could get out safely, then maneuvered under fire to help neutralize the threats still targeting Americans on the ground. That is why Eric Slover earned the Medal of Honor, and that is what happened in Venezuela. If you want to end this story with the truth it deserves, end it like this: real courage is not loud. It is not a speech. It is a wounded pilot keeping his hands and feet working while bullets cut into the cockpit, because other people's lives matter more than his fear and his pain. That is what the Medal of Honor is supposed to recognize. And whether you came here for history, for the headline, or for the human story, now you know exactly why the nation's highest valor award carries the name Eric Slover.